going to have 8 new vocabulary words that we need to know for our story and for this week. And our first vocabulary word is the word rustled. Rustled. Can you say that after me? Rustled.
Rustled. The leaves rustled in the wind.
So, to define rustled, it made a soft noise as it moved. So think about being outside on a fall day and the leaves are softly blowing or they are rustling or rustled. Can you guys think, how would that sound? Brooklyn, how would that sound? If leaves are rustling or they rustle.
Like they're very, like this soft little rustling, very soft.
They're soft, and what else?
They rustle very
Softly.
And they go very.
Okay, so they're very soft, so it's not a loud sound. Kinsley?
That one like crunch.
Crunch! I was just thinking of that too. So like as leaves blow and they're rustling, you might even hear them crunching a little bit. I like that. Good word. Good adjective. That's an adjective. It's a describing word. Addie, what else would you say?
Like, you could tell like one of them like if they're on the ground, like them like drag.
Yeah, they're kind of like make a dragging sound a little bit too. Scraping sound maybe. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Scraping sound. So like a crunching or a scraping sound, a soft sound. Kaden?
It kind of sounds like our pencil box shaking.
Yeah. How would you describe that? That's hard to describe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would, when you did that, how would you describe that sound? Mason, how would you describe that sound? Some shaking. Good, good, good. Ellie, how would you describe that sound?
Color.
You know, it's hard to describe. Sometimes it's hard to describe sounds, right? Okay, Kaden, did you come up with one last one?
Yes. The wind actually kind of helps it rustle.
Right. The wind is.
It makes a cluster.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So second graders, all the words you guys said were adjectives. Those were words that describe the word rustle. Alrighty, let's go on to our next vocabulary word. And this vocabulary word, the A is going to make the schwa sound. It's going to say not a, not a. It's going to say appeared. Appeared. You guys say that? Appeared.
Appeared. Buds appeared on the tree in early spring. Appeared. If something appeared, it came into sight.
Alright, so if something appears, it comes into sight, so you're able to see it. So I want you to think about at nighttime, what usually appears in the sky at night? Usually. Lily. The moon, good. The moon usually appears. And sometimes you can't see it because it's covered with clouds, but usually it appears. Kinsley.
I was like having like a little garden and it like appeared with little green flowers.
So you used a different example, but that's fine. So Kinsley said in her garden it appeared with flowers. Good. Okay. Mason, what appears in the nighttime sky? Shooting star. Yep, you can see a shooting star. Wyatt. What was that?
Skunk.
Oh, skunks.
There would always be skunks every night when my
Okay, so they wouldn't appear in the sky, but they would probably appear like at nighttime on the ground, right? They like to come out at night, don't they? Addie.
Can I say two of
Sure.
them? One would be a satellite and like shapes in the sky like the big dunker and the little dunker.
Dipper?
Different.
Yeah, it's alright. You're similar. You could call it that too. You could call it that too. So yes, Addie. So you could say satellites that are up in the,
Moon.
yep. And then also you said like the shapes that the stars make, the constellations, or the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper, or Dunker as you call them. That works. Okay, good example. Brooklyn.
Stars. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can really see stars, and the
Yeah.
first star in the sky is not a star, it's a planet.
So stars, and then you just said one.
The first star
Planets.
in the sky is the planet because it always shows first.
You can see planets sometimes too. Good. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple more. Kinsley and then Kaden, and then we're gonna move on to our next card. Kinsley.
Sometimes bats,
Bats, yeah, they could be flying in the sky at night.
but
Definitely.
not cold.
Definitely. Good example. And Kaden.
My uncle, he always comes to my grandma and grandpa's
Oh.
at night.
He comes at night. Okay. He wouldn't be in the sky, but he comes at night to grandma and grandpa's. Good examples.
And
Okay.
he wakes me up on fireflies.
Planes. Good example. Fireflies at nighttime. That's a good example too. Okay, our next one is a very important one around our area, and especially now we'll be planting crops. What is this word?
Crops. The farmer grows crops of corn and wheat.
So we know crops are very large numbers of plants that are grown for food. And it could be food for people, but it could also be food for animals. And a lot of our crops are grown for animals. So I want you to think, what are some crops that can be grown for food or animals? I want everybody to think. Ellie. Sweet corn. Good one. That's for people. Good job. Charlotte, what's a crop that's grown? Thanks, Kinsley.
My grandma grows beans.
Beans. Good example. Beans. Lily, what's a crop that's grown? Could be for animals or people too. Watermelon. You can grow that crop in your field or garden. Ingrid, your dad's a farmer. What crops does he grow? Beans and corn. Good. Wyatt. Cotton. Good. Mason. You're right. I'll come back to you. Remember. Carson, do you have a crop?
No, some.
Okay. Wheat. Very good. Wheat. Lewis.
Soybeans.
Soybeans. Brooklyn.
Strawberries and blueberries.
Good.
I grow them.
Kaden.
I grow them at my grandma and grandpa's potatoes.
Potatoes. That's a
And also tomatoes.
and tomatoes. Potatoes and tomatoes. Good one. All right, Raylan. Grapes. Very good. And do you grow grapes?
No.
Ooh, I thought somebody in here was saying they grew some grapes.
I know.
I thought it was you. It wasn't you?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't know who I was thinking of. Addie.
Like those purple fruit. If you have trees of them, and you could plant the trees and then like plums.
I'm sorry to say, that's what I was thinking too, but I wasn't sure.
Eggplant,
Yeah,
that one she said.
plums. Good example. Ellie, tomatoes. Kinsley,
Asparagus.
asparagus.
That's a nice one.
Good vegetable there. Mason, did you remember yours?
Honey.
Honey. That would be a crop. I guess it comes from the bees though, right?
The
bees produce it.
make
Okay. Ingrid.
My grandma grows
Apple trees, apples. Think about the apple orchards. Good example. Wyatt. Barley. Wow, you had some good ones. Raylan.
Rhubarb,
My brother speaks it off.
broccoli,
cauliflower.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, I know.
Garlic.
And garlic. Okay. Wow. Ingrid.
Carrots.
Anything else or just that one?
What do we?
That's a good one. Carrots. That's a good one. All right, Brooklyn.
I have a couple. No, not celery. Celery can. Yeah, okay.
You can grow celery.
Oh, I
You
didn't.
can.
Okay, celery.
It's a plant. I'm sure they grow crops,
Wait,
big fields and crops of celery.
Raspberry.
Raspberries. Good one. Okay, we're gonna.
And my other one
Do
is
you have one more? Okay.
it's really not like one of those, but at my house we have lavender trees.
A lot of way.
We have lots of lavender trees lining up our house.
Okay, Corla, you haven't said any.
What about milk?
Milk. Now, what do you think about milk? Where does milk come from? A cow. So milk is probably not. It's not really a crop because crops are usually like plants or like plants, vegetables, or fruit. Unless a crop is sometimes a large amount of something too. So milk is probably more. It just like is produced from cows. So then you'd be like at the dairy farm. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take one last one. Let's see. Ellie A. Have I called on you? Say it one more time.
Milk beans.
Oh, like
Milk
beans.
beans.
Like beans. Are you thinking about just like any kind of beans?
Yeah, but there's like a
Milk?
kind of like milk. It doesn't have real milk in it.
Right,
It has
right.
like.
Because there's lots of different kinds of beans. There's like cocoa beans and
Yeah, that's what I was
there's
gonna say.
lots of different kinds of beans. So should we just say beans and that will include them? Okay, we're gonna stop because there's many more crops, but we're gonna stop so we can move on to the next one.
Pickles.
All right, the next word.
Pickles.
It's cucumbers, not pickles. Pickles
Yeah.
don't grow.
Why are we learning, guys? Listen. The next word is the word develop. You say that after me? Develop.
Develop. The tadpole will develop into a frog.
So when things develop, they will grow and change. So I want you to think, since we've been kind of talking about babies, because there's lots of babies kind of around our school going on, think about ways a baby changes to up to a second grader. So think, how does a baby change from now to a second grader? Think of how you've changed. Think of one way you've changed. I want everybody to have one way. Ellie.
I couldn't play video games now.
Okay, so now you're able to play the video games or play things. Mason, how have you changed?
Birthdays.
You've had birthdays, but how have you changed? You've gotten older. How though? When you say you grew up, what does that mean? You don't know? Kinsley?
I get stronger.
You're getting stronger. Corla? Smarter. Good. Ingrid?
I can't play with my dolls.
Oh. So what you choose to play with kind of changes? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Charlotte? How have you changed since you've been a baby to a second grader?
Maybe just watching my phone, because I have never had a phone before.
Okay. So you're able to play with and do things that you couldn't do before, right? Figure things out. Wyatt, how have you changed? Okay. So you're able to do something like that. Addie?
I have two. You eat more food than you used to, and you're kind of more not that much, some people aren't that more playful as they were as kids.
Well, when you're babies, you're not very active to begin with because you're just sleeping a lot, and that's how you're
That's kind
growing.
of what I meant.
Right, but then as you get older, you become more active, right? So you have more energy. Yeah, because when babies are growing or when they're little and they're sleeping, that is when they're growing and they need that sleep so they can grow. And as they get more sleep, they grow and they get stronger and then they become more active because they have energy and they're strong. Brooklyn.
Like we move on from all baby toys and we don't really play with toys anymore. We play with the stuff, like we get rid of our old stuff that we have.
Yep.
Or sometimes you save it, but you can give it to your kids so they have a memory.
So your toys change, right?
Yeah, like your toys change too. And like how nice, like when you're little, you're probably really, really nice. When you get older, you'll probably change kind of. Sometimes you're nice, sometimes
Your personality might change?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how tall you are and how little you get.
Okay. So you're
And your
definitely,
voice.
your personality changes
And your voice.
and you get a voice because when you're baby,
Yeah.
the only voice you have is your crying voice, right? Because
Or like this.
that's the only way that you can communicate, right? Is through crying because you don't know any words yet. Or laughing, yeah, you're right. Babies do laugh and giggle too, don't they? Can't forget that because that's when they're happy. All right, Lewis.
I have 3.
Okay.
Football, basketball, and baseball.
Okay. So those are playing. You're able to play sports, Lewis.
You can't play them when you're
Yep. You can't do that when you're baby. Okay,
Then when
Kaden.
you know, I'm a huge kid.
Do you forget?
You're able to play softball.
Right. You're able to do sports that you couldn't do before. Okay. I'm gonna get you, Kinsley and Ellie, because I haven't got you two yet. Kinsley.
You
In the word.
you have to like get different clothes to fit in.
Right. You're growing, so you need new clothes. Good job. Different clothes. And you don't wear sleepers anymore. Do you guys wear those onesie sleepers?
Sometimes.
What?
Maybe for bed. You know how babies always wear those cute little, they're called sleepers, where they have like the feet. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's just like
You guys
my
don't.
baby, my water still does.
Okay.
I never.
All right, Ellie.
That's why
Ellie, last one.
when I was 12, you get tougher.
Yes, you get tougher and stronger. Good job. Because if you're a baby and fall, that's not good because you're gonna really get hurt. But now that you're older, if you fall,
You like okay.
you get right back up and try to keep going, right?
Some people.
Okay, Mason, did I not get you?
You did give me the first one.
Okay, Mason.
You are. Sometimes the American flag changes. There's different things.
Okay, how do people develop? That's how people, not other things. How do people develop? That was the question. Okay, our next word is the word edge. Now that G is gonna make the J sound. Second graders, why does the G make the J sound?
Because the E is behind it. No.
Addie! Everybody repeat what Addie said.
Because the G is behind. I mean the E.
The E is behind the G.
Find it. Why does the G make the J sound?
Because the E is behind the G.
Okay, what three letters behind the G make the G say ja?
You're almost in third grade.
Who remembers? E?
And D.
What?
What's the E and D?
E-I-Y. Say that. E-I-Y. Say it again. E-I-Y. When those three letters are behind the G is going to say ja. Okay, the word is edge.
Edge. The edge of something is the line or border where it begins or ends.
Okay, I want you guys right now with your finger, point to the edge of your desk. Where could your pencil roll off?
Like this.
Point to the edge of your desk. Okay, now point to the edge of your pencil box or toolbox if you have that up. Okay, point to the edge of your iPad. Good. Point to the edge of your name tag if you have one on your desk. Where's the edge? Excellent. Point to the edge of your chair, like your seat of your chair. Perfect. So, the edge is the line or border where something ends or where something might begin. Okay? Excellent, excellent. Okay, next vocabulary word is the word golden. Repeat after me. Golden.
Golden. The golden sun shone in the blue sky.
So if something is golden, it is bright and yellow like gold. So it's kind of like a darker yellow. Not like a bright, bright, bright yellow, but a more of a darker golden color. So I want you to think of something you have seen that is golden in color. Lea, what is golden in color?
Kind of like my dad's.
Okay, that would be golden. Mason, what's golden in color?
When the sun shines on it.
When the sun shines on the water. Then maybe it'll make a golden color.
I had to.
For that one.
So sometimes in Minecraft you find gold.
You find gold in Minecraft. Good example. Yeah, I would say that would be golden too.
That's okay. So just make that a capital.
Ali, what's golden? Your dog is a golden color. Okay, what kind of color is, or what kind of dog is yours? Is yours like a yellow lab or a golden doodle or something? Or a golden retriever? No, you don't know. Okay, because I was thinking it might have been one of those with the name golden in it. Ingrid, what's golden? Crayon. I would say your mask is golden. It's like it's not a bright yellow, it's a pretty golden color. So I would say your mask is a golden color. Kaden?
So it looks like an E.
Did you forget? Okay, I'll come back to you. All right, Addie, what's golden?
Like maybe if you go to a zoo, you can maybe find something golden there.
Maybe something golden there. Okay. All right, Lily, last one. What's golden? The circle up there, I would say, is definitely golden. Okay, we're gonna move on to our next vocabulary word, and this word is the word. It looks like shin, but there's an E. But we drop the E and add ing. So the E jumps over to make the I long, so it's shining. Can you see that after me? Shining.
Shining. Bill and I were shining flashlights on the book so we could read it at night.
All right, so shining. If something is shining, it gives out light. So like the flashlight is shining. So I want you to look around the classroom with your eyes. And do you see anything shining? Look with your eyes. John, what do you think is shining in our classroom?
I want to.
Okay.
The clever touch with the flashlight and outside.
Yeah, I would say definitely the cloud touch is shining, brightness at you, and then outside the window, the sun is shining. Wyatt, what is shining? The lights are shining in the classroom. Definitely. Tyson, what's shining?
Our iPads.
Your iPads, when you turn them on, they shine at you. Good. Mason.
I can feel this pipe.
Yeah, when you look at the pipe up here, it definitely shines.
This.
Good.
And pretty much just metal.
So metal, yeah, he's finding metal. If you find metal and light will shine on it, usually it will shine back. Braylon.
And this.
And you're saying metal quarters on the.
On the map over there, the money and the quarters. Addie.
I have two. The like clip chart, cause you have like something like plastic on there, and then.
Oh, I have the laminating. Yep, plastic. Yeah, good.
And then the word in the wall.
The word wall, that is also shiny because it has that lamination on it, so it's plastic, so it shines when the light hits it. Good example, Addie. Right? Aria, I mean.
Outside.
Outside. What's shining outside today?
I already said the sun.
I know. It's okay.
I was gonna say
Okay. All right. Ellie,
your tablet.
your tablets will shine. Your iPad. Oh, mine's shining. Yep. Right now it's recording me. It's shining. Lewis.
Actually, one in the classroom and one not anywhere in the school.
Okay, well tell me the one in the classroom because that was my question.
The thing that's on your iPad.
Yep,
And another one what's shiny is a gem.
a gem would shine. Good example of one outside the classroom.
What you would probably would steal, because that worth a lot of money.
Hopefully you wouldn't do that because that would be
You
very.
would never do that.
Yeah, you should not
No.
do that. Okay,
Copies would cool.
Brooklyn.
That over there that's holding everything.
Oh yeah,
This.
This Brooklyn, is this what you're saying? This plastic thing?
Yes, and that. Where's everything right now?
The outlet?
This.
Outlet? Is that what you're saying? Anything plastic or metal?
Or this.
Yeah.
This.
Okay.
And the plastic bucket.
All right, let's stop there, Brooklyn. Let's have one more person have another turn because there's lots of things.
This.
All right, Libby, did you have one last one? No. Okay. All right, Lily, one last one. The pictures, the glass. The glass will reflect too.
I
So,
remember my golden
glass and plastic and metal often reflect things. Okay. Had I called on you earlier and you forgot, Kaden? Okay.
A glowstone dust. Or glow sticks.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're gonna stop there. Those are our 8 vocabulary words.